Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make American style pupusas. It's easy and fast, and you can enjoy your pupusas and a full satisfaction, and you don't have to go out there and with stuff that you probably already have at home. If you want to learn how to make these pupusas salvadoreñas, easy American style, just keep on watching. I'm going to show you what I use to make, or what I do to make these pupusas. So yeah. All right guys, so the main ingredient that we're going to be using for our pupusas is, obviously, if anybody knows what pupusas are, it's made out of chicharrón, which is kind of like a pork skin or something like that. But since I ain't got time to go to the meat market and buy any chicharrón or cook it and make all that stuff, it's so much hard work and I'd rather not. So every time I make pork chops, I always save the leftovers, and I always have leftovers. So here I have about 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to be working with 4 pork chops, and whatever this makes is going to be what it makes. So this is our main ingredient. It's the pork chops. And to that, we're going to be adding our cheese, which is just a block of Monterey Jack. You can use Monterey or mozzarella. You can use Monterey or mozzarella. I use. Also, another thing that key ingredient for all of this is this. It's the Goya sofrito. And as you can see, I don't have much. Well, you can't see it, but it's probably up to here. And usually this is how much. Last time I made pupusas, I used all of this. So I'm going to need more, but I'm going to show you how to make this in case you don't have any of this. And I went to Walmart right now and I tried to look for some, but there wasn't any there. So I figured, okay, I'm just going to have to make it myself. All right, guys, I'm going to show you the ingredients that I'm going to be using for the pupusas that I'm going to make today. Again, quick and easy American style pupusas. All right, so we have some pork chops here. We have our cheese, our sofrito, our maseca. I'm going to put the ingredients, the measurements and everything down in the description. I have some salt. So since I don't have enough sofrito, I'm going to have to make it myself, and it tells you right there what you're using. So I'm just going to use 2 tomatoes, pepper, garlic, onion, and this is culantro seasoning, and some oil. And I'll show you how that looks. But again, if I forgot something, either way, I'm going to have it down at the bottom in the description. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to go ahead and start shredding, or just breaking this up into pieces, kind of taking the bone out and putting it into my blender. And I'm going to go ahead and shred my cheese so that I can have that ready to go. Alright, you guys, as you can see, I am done taking off all the meat the best that I could, making sure to leave all the bone out. So everything's in here. I'm going to go ahead and start pulsing the blender. Alright, guys, so I'm going to check it real quick to see. I'm going to put it in here. Deep. Alright guys, this is more or less the consistency you want. You want it to be super duper shredded, and this did a really good job. That's pretty good. Alright you guys, so the cheese is all shredded. I end up using the whole block. You don't have to use that block of cheese. You can always use cheese that's already shredded. I have, and it works really good too. I'm going to go ahead and put all of it in here, because the cheesier, the better. And we're just going to mix it around with the pork chops. and you're gonna realize that it's like perfect or not enough. Again, a lot of this stuff was not measured so much because it just depends on how many pork chops you have left. I had, I think, what was it, 4 pork chops? And there you have it right here. So to this, I'm gonna go ahead and add my sofrito. All of this is in here, which is just, I don't know, not much. And as you can see, that doesn't look like much and it's not enough. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I already have everything in my blender. My tomatoes, onion, pepper, and I went ahead and put it in here with the pork chops because it's gonna go in here anyway. So go ahead and start this. With this package right here that I used, I ended up only using half of the seasoning, just because I didn't need, and I didn't, as you saw, I didn't add salt just because my pork chops are already seasoned, so you don't need to add more, or it's to your liking. All right, so this is done. So I'm gonna pour this in here, and I might not use all of it. As you can see, I don't know, it didn't make much, but you might not need all of it, just a little. Yeah. All right, we'll start mixing.
Should take off your ring.
All right, this is actually pretty good. They're not too wet or too dry, so I'm not gonna put the rest of this in there. It's, as you can see, it's pretty. You don't want it too wet. But then again, I don't know really how to make these. This is how I like them. There's no wrong way. You can put chicken, I'm pretty sure. I'm thinking you can add beans. All right, so this is what's gonna go inside my pupusas. And now I'm gonna go and get the masa ready. All right, guys, we're gonna start working on our masa. So I have about 4 cups of maseca here, and I'm gonna add about 2 teaspoons of salt, just for a little bit of flavor, and we're gonna add about 3.5 to 4 cups, depending how we see this, of water, of warm water. All right, you guys, our masa is ready. You don't need to let it sit or do anything like you do tortillas when you make those flour tortillas, Mexican tortillas. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and preheat my comal. And I still have like a cup of water here that I didn't use. So I might have gone wrong somewhere, or maybe it is gonna need it, I don't know. We'll just eyeball it. It's already good. All right, guys, I already put my comal on here. I have a pretty big comal, and I set my temperature to medium. And I'm gonna go ahead and let that start getting heat up so I can work on that. All right, guys, so we're ready to start making the pupusas, and we're just gonna grab just some masa and start rolling it into a ball or UFO shape. Mine are UFOs, but and I just have a little bit of oil right here on the side because mine works better with oil, or we'll find out if it's too dry or not ready. But you start making it into a small little disc. So once you have like a disc, you kind of fold up into a little bowl type. You get some of your mixture, you place it right in there, and you can kind of just see how much you need. Then you start rolling it up, closing it. And once it's closed, you start rolling it again into a small ball. Into just a flat disc. And mine are not perfect. Again, this is just emergency where everybody's missing grandma and mom, and she's not here to make pupusas. They'll never know that happened. All right, here is one, and as you can see, all these little cracks on there. Obviously, I did something wrong. I am not sure what, but trust me, the kids do not mind at all. So I'm just gonna put it to the side. I might just add a little bit more water to my masa and see if maybe that'll help a little bit. All right, let's do this again. Roll it up into a ball, flatten it out to a small disc. I don't have the hand movements like those Salvadorians do, the true Salvadorians, my mom, but this is what works for me, slowly but surely, because, all right, make your little bowl, put in your stuffing, and then start closing it up. Nothing, I'm just making them. See, this one came out a little bit better, so I'm pretty sure it was all problem of the water problem. But now it's looking a little bit better. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these on the comal. Oh. All right, you guys, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil to our comal, and with a towel, just kind of smear it around and add my pupusas on there. Ooh. This was my first one that's dried. It's really hard to do this with nails. Alright guys, so they've been on here for like a minute or two. At this point you can see the cheese starting to just ooze on the side, and I'm going to flip it just to see if one side is good, which it is. And you can always just add a little bit of oil or just not add any at all. It's your preference. I've always seen my mom do it, so I try to copy. I don't know if, it just depends on you like them oily or a little bit more on the dry side, which at the end of the day, they're good both ways. So everything is cooked in the inside. You're just waiting for the cheese to melt and for the masa to cook. So we'll leave it on here just a little bit longer and see if we need to flip again or it's good. Once they start kind of blowing up, as you can see this one kind of rising, they're done. See, this one is kind of blowing up, you can see it. They're done. You just gotta take them out. And just put them there and then start again. Gabby's gonna do us the honor and do the taste test for the first pupusa that came out. We let it cool down a little bit. Princess approved. Can you pull it apart so that we can see if it's like cheesy or... Ooh, delicious. All right, you guys, is it good? Mm-hmm. Like grandma's? You guys, I can never get them like grandma, but one day we will. All right, you guys, so after Gabby did her taste test, I'm gonna go ahead and do my taste test. I added some cabbage and salsa. Now this is just Tostitos. Again, this is my American style pupusas with pork chops and just regular American cheese. And this is just cabbage with lemon and salt, because it's supposed to be like pickled, but since I don't have that here, I'm gonna do it this way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try it. I'm gonna put a little bit of cabbage, a little bit of sauce, and you pretty much eat this with your fingers. Mmm. Oh, so good. They're not like mom's, but they'll do if you don't have a pupuseria close by. But yeah, I'm finishing up the rest of my pupusas. The kids are starving already, but yeah, this is how I make my pupusas. I'm gonna leave the ingredients that I used below, and I'm gonna try to do measurements because not everything was measured. But I hope you liked today's video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.